Rhonda was 16 years of age and a member of our junior national team when she came to me for the first time to ask me to help her develop her skills and her ability. Her VO2 when I tested her was 49.57. If you want to know how good that is, well, that's just above the average street person that runs at noon every day downtown. She came to me asking for help because she wanted to make it to the national team. I'm Jungle Jim Hunter, and you're listening to 831 Living Your Best Life, where we inspire participation, communicate precision, and empower performers to podium. Please tell your friends and family to go to your favorite podcast provider or to junglejimhunter.com and subscribe, download, click on like, rate and review us, and become an 831er, somebody who makes a difference in helping someone else live their best life. And in the process, you will live your best life. And if we can help you, write me. This past week, I got many emails and many phone calls and text messages from people that listen to the program and ask me for help. And I've got a list here of about, 50 things that I now have to start to answer on these podcasts. This is one of them. She came to me when she was 16. She trained for 1 week. At the end of the week, she went home and she had a long way to go. That evening, on a Friday, her mother called me. She said, "Is it normal for your athletes to fall asleep in their soup?" Confused, I said, "Please explain." She said, "Well, she's sitting here with her soup spoon in her hand, her soup in front of her, and her head's on the table, and she's sound asleep." Rhonda's parents decided to stop. They said, "We don't think that this is a normal way to train." Let me ask you something. If you're doing what everyone else is doing, how do you expect to be better than everyone else? For Rhonda was doing what everyone else was doing that was on the junior national team. On her 18th birthday, Rhonda called me. "Hi, Jim. Can I come and train with you again?" I've told my parents there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I only spent a week with you, but I know it's what I need. And for the next 9 months, she never missed a day. Her VO2 went from 49 to 60.22. We prepared her for the impact of what would happen when she was tested in the fall, and her team would test her and she would go from her ranking of 17th in Canada to what I thought would probably be in the first 3. She was tested, finished second. All her teammates that she used to train with didn't like her anymore. They were upset because it seemed like she had abandoned them. She had gone away. But we had prepared her in such a way that she was invited to go to the World Juniors. She qualified for the World Juniors and went to the World Juniors expecting to get an experience and ended up winning the World Junior Championships, which automatically qualified her for the World Championships. She was the second Canadian in the competition. Although she didn't win, she certainly set the house on fire. You see, she had grown. She had developed. She had developed the ability, both emotionally, mentally, and physically, to compete at the highest levels, which is what we prepared her for. You see, when you grow, when you go through a process of growth, you are no longer who you once were. Did she want to quit? Almost every day. Does the wheat seed take a day off, I used to tell her, on the weekends? Does it just take a party and have a good time? Or does it have planned rest and recovery so that the next time it has to perform, it's ready to perform? Does it take a day off and just say, "I don't want to train today"? Or do you push through? You see, what do you do when you don't feel like doing it? You know what? You do it anyway. The seed sends down its roots, and it sends up its shoots, and it adjusts daily to the day's challenge, depending on the weather conditions and the rain and everything that happens to it. My quote for the day is this: "Perseverance is the work you do after you get tired of doing hard work." She persevered. Rhonda had to learn that she is the one in the arena, no one else. Was it hard to add what she was already doing with the juniors? You bet. But they don't make her run the run she runs. She makes her run. She's the one that goes down the course. She has to be the one to be prepared to make the run she needs to make to be as good as the best in the world. And if you're going to be as good as the best in the world, you have to train like the best in the world. Her parents? Well, all this week I'm going to talk about parents that maybe don't quite understand what it takes. Her parents didn't want her tired. They didn't want her fatigued, that all she did was train, sleep, eat, practice, repeat every day. They wanted her to have friends. They wanted her to have parties. They wanted to have this word that I hate, the F word. I absolutely hate this word, fun. Because the funny thing about Rhonda is when she started working out, she acted at first like she wasn't having fun. But as she grew and got stronger and started to be able to do things that she never could do before, she would smile every day. I would come into the gym sometimes and there would be tears running down her face. And lest you think that's what I do to all my athletes, it's the last thing I ever want to do. And touch wood, I've never injured an athlete. 1,013, I've never injured one of them because I'm very diligent about choosing the type of training when they do it, when they're ready to do it. But they must do it. And she had to do it. And she learned to train, to sleep, to eat right, to practice, repeat. And once she observed her commitment and what it meant to her, she realized that hard work is heart work. It's not hard work. It's heart work because it comes from your heart. Rhonda went on to have a distinguished career. Her parents were forever grateful that she stood up to them. I hope if you're a young athlete, you don't have to stand up to your parents, or I hope if you're an employee and you know you can do better and there's things you need to do, you must do them, just like Rhonda did. But you must do them because you know that this is what it takes, because you're the one in the arena. Don't let somebody tell you that there is a shortcut, that there is a better way, that there is a secret that you just need to know. No, it just takes good old-fashioned, proper, hard work. I appreciate you listening, and I hope that by the next time we meet, you will have grown.